Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have an update for you guys on my project pan. So I usually do these videos every couple of months, 2 or 3 months or so. And I did do an update in May. It is June when I'm filming this. I'm not 100% sure when you're gonna see it. But I've had some really good progress over the last few weeks, and I decided we should just do an update. Why wait, you know? Share the excitement. If you're new here, I'm Jamie and I'm an esthetician, and my channel focuses on cruelty-free beauty. I post a couple of times a week. I'd love it if you subscribed. Let's dive into the project pan update. I will have my project pan playlist in the description box down below if you've missed any. So I'm gonna start with the progress and we'll save the empties and the new additions to the end, so you have to keep watching. So I'm gonna start with the least exciting thing first, and that is this Keratherapy Deep Conditioning Mask. I have made no progress on this. Not a single mark has been added. And the reason is I am testing a whole, like an entire hair care line right now, and that did come with a hair treatment. So I have been using that hair treatment in place of this one for the last month or so, and I did do an update, like I said, a month ago, so I haven't touched this one since that update. However, I am just about ready to film the video with that hair care line that I've been testing, so I will be switching back to this one very soon and back to making some good progress on there. I have been working on the Missha BB Cream since the beginning of the project, and a big reason for that is that the expiry date on here is for August 29th, 2022. So we definitely want to use this up before that date. This does have some sunscreen in it, and that's where the expiry date is like especially important. So I'm making really good progress on this. As you can see, it has been very consistent throughout the project. So this is where my most recent line is. I'm really down to the bottom. I'm probably soon gonna have to like unscrew the top and squeeze some out. So I think it's very realistic to assume that I'll have this gone by August or June. If you look at the progress, I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna make it. I am still really loving this. There was a minute there where I was like, is this breaking me out? But I think it was something else. So really loving this. I do have all of these products on today. So I do have this on as my foundation today. So I just did a little bit of a heavier layer and patted it in with a brush rather than using my fingers to give me a little bit more coverage. Really, really loving this. I have the shade 23 just for reference. Another one I've been working on since the beginning is this little concealer. So this is the Trestique Conceal, Cover, and Correct Crayon. I have the shade Porcelain. So I've been marking on this little piece of paper. And again, we're making consistent progress. So there's a little bit less progress in terms of the markings this time versus last time, and that's just because it has been a shorter period of time in between check-ins. So I think I'll have this, I'm not really sure when I'll have this gone, but I am using it every single day. I'm really liking this to cover like my hyperpigmentation spots. I don't love this to cover acne. I don't find it gives quite enough coverage. It is just kind of like a medium coverage concealer, but it's really great. I have sort of a patch right here, and then I have 2 spots here, so I like it a lot for that because it doesn't go on cakey. I just kind of draw it on and then pat it in with my foundation brush, and off I go. I think it works really well for that, so I am really enjoying it. Not in a rush for this to be gone, but I am definitely making consistent progress on that one. Another one I'm making great progress on is the Covergirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. I have the shade Translucent. Looks like this. As you can see, I have massive pan in there. We've got sort of the last ring showing now. You'll be able to see in the side-by-sides, but I've been using this one every single day. This is the powder that I like to use underneath of my eyes. It really smooths out and flattens out that area. I think it does a really good job blurring as well. It doesn't darken down my concealer. I did go away on the weekend and I did travel with this as my only powder, so I did use it all over the face as well on the weekend, and I think it works great like that. I know it looks white, but it doesn't go on white. It goes on just clear, and I really, really like it. So if you haven't tried this powder yet, I don't know why you're sleeping on it. It's a really good one, and I'll be really sad when it's gone, but again, making great progress on that. And then of course I've got my little Mary Lou-manizer highlight. we've really expanded the pan on this one as well. So I've been using this one almost every single day, not always as my highlight, but I'm always at least using it in the inner corner as my highlight. So I have it on my inner corner today. I do have it on my cheekbones as well today. However, I do have like a glowy blush on as well. So you're seeing a little bit of all of that going on, but definitely made good progress on that. This will probably take me to the end of the year. I know it's like a tiny little pan, but there will come a time most likely where I'm only able to use it as an inner corner highlight. I'm sure there will come a point where I'm just like using a tiny brush in the corners to get the product out. So enjoying it. I'm enjoying being able to use it all over the face for now. And I did travel with this one as well when I went away on the weekend, and it's just the perfect size. It's just like this little tiny cardboard packaging, perfect to throw in your little makeup bag. Okay, now we're getting into the more exciting updates. So we are so close with this butter bronzer. You guys, look at it. Just look at it. There's so little product left. I've used up even up against the edge on this side. So there's really just this side of the edge of the pan left. I'm so excited. I was gonna repress this, and then I started using it as a transition color in my crease. And then there was so little product left that I was like, it's kind of like too late almost to repress it. I mean, I guess I could repress it and try to just like blob it in the middle, but I've kind of gotten to the point where I'm using it as a transition color, and then when I want to use it on my face like I did today as my bronzer, I just take like a little spoolie and I kind of just scrape some off and then I almost use it as like a loose bronzer. So I've been really enjoying using it that way, and for the little amount of product that's left on there, I can't really justify taking the time to repress it when I can just like spoolie some off. So that's been working really well for me. I would say this will definitely be done by the next check-in. I had thought about waiting until I had this one done because I have 2 other empties to talk about today, but then I feel like I was going to make too much progress on the new products that I'm bringing in before I had a chance to talk to you guys about this one. So we'll just do updates more often if it makes sense to do them more often. So really excited. Butter bronzer is almost done. I thought about adding a new product in today, but I think we'll just wait. We'll just wait until this one's done. I did, however, finish up the Touch in Soul No Poreblem Prime Essence. As you can see, I made like very consistent progress on this one throughout the project. This one has been in the project since the very beginning, and I went to put it on the other day and it was just done. It was just done. There was nothing left to squeeze out. So I really, really liked this. I am, however, glad that I've used it up. I think it was the oldest primer in my collection, so I'm glad to be working through some primers. I will definitely be adding other primers into the project at some point, but for now I've decided to just use my other primers for a minute before I decide what other primer I'll add in down the road. So I'm not going to replace this with another primer. What I've decided to replace it with is this Isle of Paradise Hyglo self-tan serum. So this is like a body tanner, and it's like a gradual tan type of situation. I think I bought this through a Boxy pop-up sale last year, and I really, really like it. It's got hyaluronic acid in there. It's really, really hydrating. What I like to do is apply this after I get out of the shower, and then I let it sort of soak in for a while, and then I'll go over top with a moisturizer to kind of lock everything in. And it just gives the skin a nice like sun-kissed glow. It's not gonna make you super tan. It's also not gonna be streaky, or you're not gonna have to worry about like having to remove your self-tan or anything like that. It just gives that nice gradual, it's like very similar results as like the Jergens gradual tan lotion, but because it's in that serum format, it's super easy to apply and it absorbs really quickly into the skin. It doesn't have that weird like self-tanner smell or anything like that. So it's one of those products though that I forget I own it, I forget to use it, and so I thought by adding it into the project, it would encourage me to use it. This is the time of year where I would want to use products like this, and I'm right about halfway at this point with this product, so I would say I'll probably have this done by the end of summer for sure. I do use quite a bit of it when I use it, so really excited to like give this some love and use it within my collection. I have a couple of other self-tan products that I could add in later if I find this was kind of a good product to have in the project. So we're gonna see how long this one takes to work through. And then the moment you've all been waiting for, we finally used up the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Loose Powder. I have been using this for 2 solid years, nothing but this as of my powder all over my face for 2 years. This was in last year's project. I rolled it into this year's project and it's finally gone. I ended up having to take the sifter out to get everything out of there. Once I did that, it was like a matter of days. And I did love this product, but I am glad that it's done. I've been working on it for a super long time. And one of the reasons I added this to my project is because I no longer consider Physicians Formula to be cruelty free. So I wanted to work through some of the products from them that I had within my collection. I didn't want to throw them away. I wanted to kind of enjoy them, but also use them up. So I'm glad that this is finally done. This was like the Mary Poppins jar of powder. Like I couldn't make sense of how long this lasted for. So finally it's done, and I've decided to replace it with a concealer. So this is the oldest concealer in my collection. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Almond. I have this in a few shades in my collection, but this is the one that I've had the longest. This is my favorite concealer of all time. I have loved this for many years. It is the one concealer that I think looks flattering underneath of the eyes on everyone. It doesn't bunch up. It doesn't make the skin look crepey. It has almost a little bit of a, I don't want to say it has a glowy finish. It has a very skin-like finish. It doesn't have a super matte finish that kind of sucks the life out of your under eyes. It is so beautiful. The thing about the shade Almond is that it is a little bit dark for me year-round. I can really only use this in the summer unless I want to mix it in with something lighter in the winter. It's just starting to rain really hard. So if you hear that, it's rain. So I thought this would be a good one to add in the collection, and I did notice that it was getting, like, I was using it up. So I was like, you know what, this is like very realistic. These are huge bottles. This Too Faced Born This Way concealer is almost like a foundation size. So while it is more than half gone, there is still quite a lot of product in there. So it'll be interesting to see if I can use this up by the end of summer. I am going to use it every day underneath of my eyes and to, you know, spot conceal and different things like that. So we'll see, but I am looking forward to, you know, showing this some love and using it regularly because it is my favorite concealer, and I feel like I've been focusing on trying to use up other things. So love this one so much. We'll see how long it takes. Fingers crossed. The goal would be to use it up by September, I think, because then I start kind of getting pale again, and then I'd have to really mix it in with something lighter. So very exciting update, I think, this time around. I feel like there was a few products there that I knew were so close. So if I had to guess, obviously I think the Butter Bronzer will be the next one gone. After that, I think it will be the Missha BB Cream. If you have a different opinion, leave the comment down below. Let me know what you think I'll use up next. And let me know if there's something specific you'd like to see me add to the project when I finish up the Butter Bronzer. I do have a couple of things in mind, but I'm open to suggestion. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye.